Hi everybody. Versailles Season 3. We've made it to the panel. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all of you.
We've made it. How's your hand? How's your signing hand?
Oh, my hand's fine. It's just 4 hours of straight photography with a flashbulb. I was blind. I was like having lunch. I didn't know what was in front of me. I could have been a small child. I was just like...
There's no reason I would rather get carpal tunnel syndrome.
Sorry, hello. First question. Hi.
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 So I wanted to talk about directing.
Oh.
So Alex, if you could talk about your experience directing, and Evan, if you ever thought about directing something.
Well, you did your own thing, didn't you?
We'll talk about it. Alex, you go ahead.
Yeah. I've never felt happier than those 3 days that I did on Lola. It's a different sort of happiness from this happiness and filming, as in being on the other side and being on stage. How I described it to when I met with Evan and Ty in LA, it was he's already started. When I met with Evan and Ty in LA, I'd just finished about 3-4 days before. And I described the process to you. Have some, please. I've described the process I said about adrenaline. And it's the best way I can describe it, really, is that you never spike in adrenaline when you're filming, unless it's a stunt, but you know you're going to get another chance at it. With filming, it sort of comes in slight waves of slow build adrenaline. You're in from 5 a.m., you'll get home till 10 p.m., but the day is a sort of ebbing and flowing the sea of adrenaline. You never really get to any sort of level, but you're constantly being used, but time away, you sat down, they're doing light, you never really sort of thing. But then, so stage, you know, if it's a matinee or an evening, you spike just before you're about to go on. Your adrenaline goes poof, through the roof. And then you ride that adrenaline slowly throughout the play, and it takes you a while to sort of decompress. With directing, it was just sort of a beautiful, nice build. Oh my God. Oh my God. A nice build of adrenaline throughout the day, and I loved being the spider in the middle of the diagram, listening to heads of departments. I loved talking to the makeup and hair and costume and everything coming through me. So it's basically down to control, really. I had the most amazing time on Lola. Everyone has seen the film that not you guys, of course, I'm sorry. But I haven't seen it, and all the guys, and I'm really, really, really proud of it.
It's great. You guys are going to love it.
And then obviously you and Evan's done a lovely little song for it. Well, not for it, it's worked out well, Lola. You'll be hearing it later, right?
Yeah.
Great.
Crazily, I had no idea that
The film was called...
that the film was going to be called Lola, and I wrote the song completely independently. It just happened that the universe had me working on a project called Lola and Al working on a project called Lola at the same time. So that's weird.
But yeah, I enjoyed it so much that I'm definitely pursuing it side by side to my acting. Doing another short, hopefully, in the summer. Already got 2 scripts that are vying for completion. I'm sorry, this is a lot for you to do. You've got used to this by now. But yeah, it's chips in on directing. Should we hand that over to you? Yeah, take your water, take a big gulp. Take a big gulp. Clear your throat. Oh,
So,
God. We're going to do that one and then answer it.
Oh, right, translated.
We did this last time when we did... Sorry, you'd have to translate this, but last year we just started with...
We started with Trapped in the Closet, and the translator was just like, oh God. Trying to translate Yaldi was just like, they were like,
Le Yaldi.
Le
Yaldi.
Right. Who's got their phone?
Du coup, la question, c'était de demander en fait à Alex de parler du fait de réaliser. Donc, il a dit qu'il avait vraiment passé les meilleurs moments de sa vie en fait quand il a réalisé son film, et que c'était pas tout revenait en fait à une question d'adrénaline. C'était pas le même type d'adrénaline que quand on joue dans une production en fait. Par exemple, quand il joue dans une série, il a des pics d'adrénaline qui retombent après quand il joue pas, qui remontent, qui retombent. Quand il joue au théâtre, c'est l'adrénaline qui monte et il a un énorme pic au moment où il est sur scène, et après ça retombe complètement. Alors que quand il est réalisateur, c'est vraiment tout le temps. Et il aime être au centre des choses et qu'on lui demande des choses, il aime diriger. C'est un peu une question de contrôle, comme il disait, et d'adrénaline en fait qui est constante. Et c'est vraiment genre des meilleures choses qui lui sont arrivées. Et il a pu montrer il a pu montrer ça à Evan et Tai à LA et ils ont trouvé ça vraiment génial et il a hâte que tout le monde le voie.
Short answer.
As far as directing goes, first of all, I said Alex's short is great. You guys are going to love it. And also, when he's talking about it, I don't think I've ever seen him lit up in the same way. And it's clear that he has a natural passion for it. So I think you're going to see a lot more directing out of Mr. Vlahos here.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome, brother. And as far as directing goes for me, I actually wrote and directed a short film that I shot in Paris
With Lizzie, right?
with Lizzie Brocheret as the star of it, and I used a piece of classical music that I wrote as the soundtrack, and I'm sort of editing that now, and so you can look forward to that coming up in the future as well. You know, when all these other projects are done. Yeah. so many pies. So many plates in the air, fingers in pies. You know what I'm saying. I was gonna say so many pies
There's
in the
a pie on a plate and your finger is in it while it's spinning.
air. Translate that.
Au passage, je vais traduire ce qu'il avait dit par rapport à la chanson. Du coup, une des chansons d'Evan avait pu se retrouver dans le court-métrage d'Alex. Et la chanson s'appelait Lola, alors qu'à la base, il n'y avait pas forcément de rapport. C'est juste qu'ils ont la chance d'avoir finalement un projet avec le même nom. Donc voilà, ça c'était pour la chanson. Et pour Alex, il trouvait que quand il l'a vu réaliser, il s'illuminait d'une certaine façon. Et que vraiment, c'était un petit peu finalement ce qu'il voulait faire et ce qu'il aimait faire. Et pour ce qui est de la réalisation pour Evan lui-même, il a réalisé donc quelque chose avec Lizzie à Paris, Lizzie Brocheret et sa sœur. Il a écrit de la musique donc classique pour l'utiliser et l'intégrer ensuite dans le court-métrage. Et ça sort bientôt. Mais pas vraiment.
Good question. Who's next? Hi.
Who got a question?
Who got the mic? You got the mic.
Don't drop it.
Yeah.
Dans la saison 1, il y a un passage de vous deux quand vous êtes tous les deux en intimité. Dans le premier épisode. Comment vous avez pu la tourner, la scène?
The première scène.
You have to translate her now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
translate so. Do it on mic. Do it on mic. Translate on mic.
So the question was, in the first season, in the first episode, our first scene together was intimate, and she wants to know, how did we film that, and how was it filming that?
Scary, right?
Yeah,
Because
I could think about like, what's my mother gonna think?
Did you?
I learned exactly what she thought.
It was how filming works on any show, but mostly especially on Versailles, they would shoot out a location. So you don't film for 2 weeks, maybe you have 2 weeks off, but then you just do all of Philippe's rooms in a day, 2 days. So you do episode 1, 2, 3, 4 in a day, right? So we hadn't filmed for maybe a week. It was maybe your first scene, but I think I did a couple. But that was the first scene. So me and Evan were doing the first scene.
Wasn't the first scene we shot?
The intimate with the grape and doing the dance and falling on the
Yeah,
bed.
no, I think she's talking about our first scene we show.
Oh, that one! My bad. I always skip that in my memory.
Don't skip it.
Never skip it. Told my dad to skip it though. I was like, you might want to miss the first 5 minutes. Come back after the storm.
Yeah, we thought it was like a really great.
Oh, we loved it. When we
like when we read it, we're like,
when we read it, we loved it, but when we happened to do it,
yeah, and like it's like lightning and rain. It's like.
Jaleel was coming up to me going, "Your action's wrong," and I was like, "What?" He was like, "The sucking of the peanuts." too fast. And I'm like, that's the best note for acting I've ever had. Can you suck Kevin's penis slower? The question was, how was it for us? It was okay for me. Because what's great about it is there's a punchline, right?
Yeah, it's a bait and switch.
It's great to have. There's 2 gags in it, which is not gag like that. Stop it, ladies. We think it's a girl. We think it's a girl with the hair,
But it's
and he
not.
pops, but it's not. It's me. And then the second one is, I'll save you something to eat, and the line is.
Another thing.
It's another thing. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. So, I really, like, when I was shooting it, I knew, like, it was on me to sort of sell the moment. So I was really going for it. And plus with the thunder and lightning, it all became very epic. And we thought it was a really great idea. And then, did you ever see, like, the viewing figures in England and the BBC?
Spike up or down?
Down. After that, like 30% of the audience at that moment, they were like, "Oh, it's a dude." Nope. And I just like click and just clicked off.
How funny then our relationship becomes the sort of heartbeat of the show.
You know,
It was silly to turn off stupid
yeah.
English people.
They'll be back.
They came back.
Yeah, they came back.
Okay, good luck.
Anyway, so that was that. Good question.
Oh yeah, right. Just go straight to the blowjob bit. Forget that I thought about the other one. Just go straight to that.
Donc, du coup, c'était une de leurs premières scènes ensemble et carrément, et Alex a reçu des instructions en fait du réalisateur qu'il ne pensait pas recevoir un jour dans sa vie. Donc on lui a dit d'aller
un petit peu moins vite.
Voilà, d'aller un petit peu moins vite. Et du coup, ça faisait un peu double blague, parce qu'en fait, comme il y a la perruque, en fait, on peut penser que c'est une femme, mais en fait, non. Et du coup, en fait, apparemment, en ce qui concerne les audiences,
Ah oui, du coup, ils avaient vérifié les audiences au niveau de la BBC et pendant cette scène-là, il y a eu une énorme baisse en fait. Donc, sous-entendu que les gens ont un petit peu éteint ou changé de scène, pile à ce moment-là, on se rend compte que c'était un homme. Enfin, un homme avec un homme. Mais qui ensuite finalement sont revenus puisque le couple lui-même est devenu un petit peu le cœur de la série et vraiment le côté sentimental de la série. Et Alex a insulté quelques personnes en Angleterre aussi, disant qu'elles étaient stupides.
Good question.
Prochaine.
Hi, Alex. Hello, I'm over here. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, Evan.
Hi.
Hello. Hi. Yes. So, kind of following on from that, I don't know how I could beat that. However, with Mon Chevy, what cologne smell do you think they would have?
Oh, good question. Mine would, okay, so
I feel like it's 2 different ones.
But then I think merged it might be quite nice. So like Philippe would probably have something quite like, stay with me on this, it's a bit out there, but sort of like gunpowder, which is like sort of like a chocolatey, musky sort of
And
smell.
like stables.
Because he wants to be remembered as that war guy, which is why they work so well, is that the Chevy never went to come to war, and his would probably be something like...
Yeah, I would say like something that was relaxing yet erotic, you know. So it'd be like maybe like something kind of lavendery, but like what are those like aphrodisiac scents?
Musk.
Yeah, like something like maybe that's where you get the staples from. Yeah, it's some musk, something in there. Something like
Gunpowder musk, it would be called.
Yeah, it'd be like something gunpowder.
Should we? Do you want to go into the perfume industry together? And we're out of here. Thank you very much.
Gunpowder musk, that's it.
We're painting this before anyone else gets the idea quick.
As long as I get it cooked, obviously.
Oh yeah, you can.
Thank you.
We got a name for it.
What?
Musket.
Oh, very good.
Good night! 5%. 7? 7.
Oh, that's generous.
Merci. Merci.
Du coup, la question, c'était si jamais ils pouvaient attribuer une odeur ou une autre colonne directement à leur personnage ou au couple du personnage, qu'est-ce que ce serait? Evan a répondu qu'il préférait quelque chose comme de la lavande, quelque chose d'un petit peu... quelque chose d'un petit peu aphrodisiaque comme de la lavande, et Alex avait dit plutôt quelque chose comme de la poudre explosive pour rappeler le côté guerre et armes et pistolet. Et ensuite on a rigolé en disant que, comme la suggestion était quelque chose qui sent un petit peu le muscle de l'appeler une musket, comme un mousquet.
Like pre-order. Next question.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
You just popped up out of nowhere.
So one question for Alex and one for Evan.
Okay.
So Alex, you know that I think the heart of Philippe is all about family. You know, love for his brother, even for his father. But then when it comes to his children, it doesn't seem too involved.
You mean the slap in season 3 didn't work for you?
Even season 2, when there's a lot of quiet children, when do you see them? See them? What's the point of seeing them? Like, you know, it's like, and then, sorry.
Oh, go on, carry on.
One for Evan.
Yeah.
Any plans of like bringing your music live on a sort of larger scale, gigs, concert?
Tour guide.
Love that.
Tour guide. Good. Okay, so I'll go first. There's been a lot of things in the past where historians who love the show will always bring up to our faces or in Twitter, social media, that's not what they were like, because I read this book about them. And that, yes, but you had it a lot in season 2, didn't you? Yeah, but that's not, Chevalier's actually not a coward, he fought in loads of wars on Philippe, but blah, 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 it's like... So, it's always hard to then say, well, we are showing a version of a character that might not be what the history book says. Remember, the history books are doctored by Louis anyway. And you take what's given for the drama and what's important for the show. Philippe, being nonchalant about his kids, worked to give him a slight coldness. That the payoff was jokes, which is his first meeting with Palatine. It's good for humour to go, children? No, they're with the governess, I never see them. And then to be brought in the season 3 where we get to meet Marie-Louise, there's another joke in it, which is, do you recognise her? I have no idea who she is. Like, it's done to present a certain aspect of his character to offload how he's like with other people. He's quite heartfelt with Monchevy, but can be quite cold with Louis. So it's just to add another tick to a bow, which as a writer you can easily do. He doesn't care for his kids, that's easy, we can give that to him.
Because Philippe de Gaulion is like just a ball of sunshine otherwise.
He was for me. No, but so I get the criticism. No, I know, but I get the observation. It never really bothered me, and it bothered a lot of people that, you know, Philippe would never slap his daughter. Because like, in that situation, she's being married off. She's not doing her duty. Remember Philippe supposedly raped Henriette in season 1. For a lot of people, he raped, but it was like duty. He wanted a son. He wanted to have sex. That's what they did. So I sort of see the observation, but in terms of, for me, I never questioned it and just thought that his lack of love for his children was more comedic than anything, and I bought it. So yeah.
And social norms are different now than they were then. I mean,
Yeah.
people raise their kids differently now.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Du coup, la question, c'était en fait, Philippe est vachement est très porté famille, surtout avec son frère ou avec Palatine et Chevalier. Mais par contre, il en a strictement rien à faire de ses enfants, comme on a pu le voir dans la série quand il rencontre en fait, rencontre pas vraiment sa fille, mais du coup quand il envoie et qu'il se souvient pas d'elle. Et donc Alex disait que c'était une façon en fait de donner une autre dimension à Philippe et qu'il était en fait c'est un personnage qui est assez, quand même, qui peut être positif et vraiment très très loyal envers certaines personnes, et du coup ça lui donnait en fait un aspect plus négatif. En fait ça donnait un peu plus de profondeur à son personnage. un peu de relief à son personnage et que du coup les normes et les mœurs à l'époque n'étaient pas les mêmes que maintenant. Et du coup, enfin, il s'est jamais vraiment posé de questions sur, par exemple, la scène qui a été prise comme lui violant Henriette dans la saison 1, parce que c'était son devoir d'avoir un enfant avec elle. Et la scène aussi où il frappe sa fille dans la saison 3. Et donc en fait, il les a prises vraiment comme des scènes qui... Pas comiques, je ne vais pas les dire comiques, mais du coup, en fait, son manque d'amour pour ses enfants, c'était limite un relief un peu comique de son personnage. Et donc, il comprend parfaitement les critiques qu'il a eues de la part, par exemple, il y a beaucoup d'historiens en fait qui les ont contactés et qui leur ont dit que du coup leur portrait des personnages en fait ne collait pas à la vérité parce que eux avaient lu dans les livres du coup, mais bon, il faut se souvenir que c'est une série et que du coup de toute façon les personnes étaient ni noires ni blancs et que voilà, et que les livres aussi, surtout, les livres de l'époque étaient complètement contrôlés et édités par Louis.
I speak far too much. Fair play, well done.
So the question about my music was, do I have any plan? I'm just recapping here. Do I have any plans to take the music around the world?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be great. I would love to. Part of the thing about Bright World is that it's the most sort of produced music that I've ever made before, and so it would be pretty complicated to do that type of music in a tour setting because it'd be pretty expensive because I'd need to have a lot of different pieces. Like a lot of those songs have like 17 different instruments in them. So a lot of the music that I play outside is more folk based. It's like me and a guitar. That's like just a lot more stripped down. So that kind of stuff I would definitely be interested in doing, and music will follow where the audience is. So it's just important to try to spread the word. And if you guys would like to have an opportunity for me to come and play live somewhere where you are, an awesome thing to do would be like tell your local radio stations, because one of the things that's really cool that not a lot of other people have is insertion into a lot of markets around the world, which I'm like lucky to have because of Versailles, because of all of you people coming from all over the place. So yeah, if you guys would like to help me out with that, if you'd like to spread the word, that would be awesome. But only if you want to. You know, don't do it as a favor to me. It's just a dream for me to be able to share my music. I've been writing music since I was a little kid, and this is my first crack at really trying to make it something that the world can hear. I've kept it pretty secret for a while, so this is it.
La question du coup, c'était est-ce qu'il a des plans de tournée, de concert, de plans de concert pour pouvoir jouer sa musique en live un petit peu plus partout dans le monde, de façon plus large, sur une plus grande échelle. Sa réponse était que oui, ça restait quand même un rêve, peut-être pas avec cette EP en particulier, parce qu'il y a énormément d'instruments, c'est jusqu'à 17 instruments pour plusieurs chansons, et que ce serait vraiment compliqué à traduire entre guillemets sous forme de concert, et que c'est pour ça que quand il fait plutôt des shows en live, c'est plutôt de la folk avec juste sa guitare et lui, de façon à ce que ce soit un petit peu plus épuré et un petit peu plus simple. Mais que ça reste tout de même un de ses rêves et qu'une des façons de permettre à Evan justement de faire des tournées dans le monde, ce serait de parler à vos radios, à vos stations de radio locales, de façon à le faire connaître de façon plus mondiale.
So this will be the last question.
What?
Let's just stay here forever. Forever, ever? Forever, ever? You've got Evan singing later, and I mean, how amazing is his voice, and how amazing is his music. So I think anyone that's coming to the concert is going to be in for a treat, and I'm super proud of you. Thanks, buddy. Checks in the post, right?
That's the nicest thing he's ever said to me.
Live.
Hang on, we
Yeah,
got
it's coming up. It's coming. Oh, it's
Hi
coming.
again.
I have to pass.
Over
Okay.
here. This is
Hi,
a,
in the back.
yes.
Hello. Hi.
This is a question for both of you. Your favorite Monchevy scene? From
From all 3 seasons?
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
bet we answer differently.
Ah, you and your sword.
Okay. Do you want to go first? Have you got it on top of your head? Because
I feel like that's, for me, if it's a dramatic scene or a comedic scene, that's different.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
Yeah, so there's, but there were so many good ones.
Honestly, I think you're right, because I think there's two strands to this. Because we had fun doing comedic scenes.
Yeah.
Because we knew that the payoff would be the comedy that we provided. But I actually, in a sort of really bizarrely sycophantic way, enjoyed the heartbreak or the emotional scenes, because it was sort of like therapy in a weird way. It was really cathartic to be able to share a scene like that with such powerful writing with a great scene partner, and being able to really, both of us, get into these characters and really try and get underneath emotion. So weirdly, my favourite scene filming with Evan was actually the heartbreak scene, the breakup scene in the top of season 3. It was sad, super sad, because we weren't going to be working together for like a couple of months. But in terms of the beats of how that scene was written, the beats of the scene that was written, and the sorry, a bit loud. The beats of that scene was written. We had a wide shot done, one take, and we had one take on you, one take on me. And usually in acting, when you do one take and the director doesn't want to go again, is because you've landed on something quite special, and there's no point trying to robotically try and refabricate it. So I enjoyed just having basically one stab each of those takes with you, and just being like, and also knowing in the back of your head that it would be heartbreak for all of you.
Yeah, we're like,
they just fucking hate this. Great.
And it was also one of the easiest scenes to shoot, because we knew it.
Yeah.
Like we.
Actually,
yeah. Do you want to start translating this?
Yes, so you translate mine and then Evan can translate this.
Ma question c'était quelle était leur scène préférée, en fait leur scène de Mancheville préférée de toute la série. Du coup, Alex disait que ça peut paraître un peu paradoxal, mais en fait, ils ont vraiment deux types de scènes différentes. Donc les scènes assez comiques et très positives, et les scènes complètement déprimantes entre guillemets et très négatives. Et en fait, c'est que du coup, lui, il préfère les scènes tristes et les scènes qui brisent le cœur en fait, et les scènes dures. Donc sa scène préférée, c'était celle dans la saison 3 où du coup Mancheville rompt en fait. Et du coup, il adore tourner des scènes comme ça. En plus, c'était encore plus réel pour eux parce qu'ils n'allaient pas se voir en fait pendant plusieurs mois. Ils n'allaient pas tourner ensemble pendant plusieurs mois. Et c'est le genre de scène en fait, de scène. Du coup, cette scène-là, en fait, ils l'ont faite en une seule prise. Chacun a fait en fait sa prise, parce qu'il y avait un plan en fait sur chacun de chaque côté, et ils l'ont fait chacun en une seule prise, et du coup ça a été genre plus, pour lui ça a été plus fort et plus dur, et ça a prouvé qu'en fait ils avaient réussi à la faire vraiment genre très fort et très dur, et qu'il l'avait vraiment bien réussi, et aussi il avait une petite satisfaction à penser que ça allait briser le cœur des gens qui allaient les regarder.
Well done.
So it's the same thing for me. It's a two-stranded answer. For the more the comedic scene, I mean, I loved when we did the fight scene. That was such a departure for us. It was like straight slapstick, like we were like biting the arm, and as soon as I read it, I saw the whole thing, and it's one of the few scenes that actually came out very similar to how we both saw it when we read it, because it was the writing of it was very clear. And as far as the more dramatic scenes, the heartbreak stuff was super fun. And as an actor, it's always fun to play a fall. And especially playing the Chevalier, he's a guy who, the taller they are, the farther they fall. And he's a guy who really makes it important to stand really tall. So one of the scenes that really sticks out in my mind is season 1, episode 5, when Philippe comes home from war, and it's the scene in which he gives him a book, and it's the scene that sort of goes throughout multiple rooms, and that scene, from where it starts for the Chevalier to where it ends, is such a journey over the course of, it's actually 3 scenes, but it's all one big long scene. And he sort of ends up having tables turned on him by Philippe, and it's a real power reversal. And then he ends up being completely humiliated at the end. So he's like, he starts off high and he ends off low. And those scenes for me were so much fun to shoot, because that's where we see our humanity is in the fall.
Okay, now Noah,
I have to translate first.
I'm sorry, but this will be the last question. I'm so sorry.
Alors, pour ce qui était de la scène comique pour Evan, c'était plutôt la scène où ils se battent, où ça fait vraiment un comique de situation, où ils finissent par se taper dessus, se mordre les bras, etc. Parce que même sur le papier, ils s'étaient déjà rendu compte que c'était très clair et ils avaient déjà hâte de tourner cette scène. Pour ce qui est plutôt de la partie dramatique, c'était la scène dans l'épisode 5 de la saison 1, où Philippe retourne de la guerre. Et le chevalier, du coup, lui offre un livre, et en fait, c'est une scène qui se passe dans 3 pièces différentes. C'est quelque chose d'assez linéaire, c'est 3 scènes différentes, mais techniquement ça s'enchaîne dans l'épisode. Et le chevalier est quelqu'un qui est très fier, et en fait il commence vraiment très fier justement, donc vraiment là-haut. Et au fur et à mesure de cette scène, il finit par redescendre et se sentir plus ou moins humilié, et c'était quelque chose qu'il a beaucoup aimé filmer. Parce que oui, ça avait un côté plus humain, pardon, et c'était quelque chose qu'il peut reconnaître lui-même.
Yeah, ça marche très bien.
So, thank you everyone.
Just quickly before we go, it's the end, yes? The end?
Yes, everyone will be back and then it's...
Yeah, great. Just thank you from the bottom of our hearts, from all the Mon Chevy love that you keep providing us specifically. We hope that we're doing you proud, but we love that you are still our champions and championing us. So thank you very much. We do appreciate it.
yes, it's the end of the ceremony.
And the ceremony, stand up.
So please once again make some noise for Ty, George, and Jessica.
Welcome! Good day. Good day. Hi, welcome to the chat show. On to the chat show. Okay. Now what? That's it?
Yeah, you can start.
Start what? Say thank you?
Yes, exactly.
Sorry, so yeah, thank you very much for coming. I'm going to pass the mic down so everyone gets a thing, but this was supposed to be, I don't want to speak out of turn here, Lucille, but can we just, hello, can we just give a round of applause for the organisers?
Yeah.
Worked solidly behind the scenes for pretty much...
I think that they're thinking about this being the end of the Me and My Idols journey, but if we want to just give a clap, just to give them an idea that maybe there should be a Me and My Idols 3. I think there could be a bit more away from that. Just an idea, I didn't plant the seed, they did that on their own accord. Sneaky. But yeah, thank you very much. Love you all.
She's got her own microphone.
Thank you so much for making this possible, because if you weren't here, this would just be us 5 just sitting in a room. It's been so amazing to meet you all. You've all been so kind and friendly and warm and supportive today, but also from like the day I started filming. And yeah, it's just been a really lovely day, and I hope that you've all had a great time too. Yeah. I mean, really, guys, come on. Yeah, and hope to see you next year.
Is it me now? Okay. Guys, real talk. This was my first ever convention as a guy. Yeah, it was unbelievable. Like, this is so fun. Like, let's do this every day. No one has jobs today, I don't. So yeah, thank you all so much for making me feel so welcome and loved, and it's been so lovely to meet you all and sort of get to know some of the faces that have been tweeting me, the lovely fan art and the gifts and stuff like that is mental to me, and it's really, really appreciated. So thank you all very much, really appreciate it.
Hello. Hello. Well, as my jet lag threatens to drive me right down to the ground, I just want to go out in a ball of flame, saying thank you from the bottom of my heart for your wonderful questions, your time, all the distances that you've traveled to be here with us. You've just reminded me of what a special show this has been to be a part of, and reminded me just like how wonderful our fan base is, and all of you've shown just so much love and gratitude. So I want to give that gratitude back to you, and yeah, just from the bottom of my heart, huge thanks. And I hope you all enjoyed today very much, and I hope to see you again next year.
Well, guys, is this thing on? I think they all said it, but I would just like to say what a pleasure it has been to actually get to look in each one of your eyes and see the people that you are, because it's easy for it to be it's easy for it to be sort of a disembodied voice on the internet, and to know that you're real people with real lives, and your hearts are real, and the reason that you care about the show, the reason that you cared enough to come from across the world in some cases, and from America and Hong Kong and is because it meant something to you on a personal level, and as long as that's happening, that is like the pinnacle of what our career can be. It's like, it's not even about like the number of different projects you can do, right? It's about like how deep does it go with an audience. So as a proof of concept of that, this is super important for us to be like have the willpower to continue creating and do stuff that's important and feel like it's really being heard. So in this long rambling way, I just want to say thank you for showing up and for reminding us that the things that we do actually make a difference in the world. And I also see evidence that the inspiration has rippled out into the rest of the world. And for those of you who have helped with the fundraising efforts for various things that we've done, for Cali from Malawi, and for Nepal, and for Lola, and so thank you for being involved in all of those things. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for the hugs. Thank you for the presents and just the smiles. Like I see when I look in all of your eyes, it's just beautiful, and it really, like, the show is not going to disappear. No. The show, like the work that we did and the community that has been created here, is going to persist. And so it's not imaginary. This is something that can actually go out into the world and change people's lives. So thank you.
And we'll see you next year.
We just wanted to say thank you, of course, to everyone for being here. So to you, first of all, because without you, nothing would have happened, I think. And
likewise.
I think, but I'm not sure. And so to you all, of course, thanks for trusting us, I think, in this journey. And I don't know what to say more. If ever you have a meeting selfie, it will be right after. And so, yeah, thank you for everything, I guess.